Hello everyone, this is Dave. Today I'm going to be using an old novel to create a paper wreath. Everything I'm using today I just found around the house. So I have this old cereal box, I have a cutting mat, an old novel, a pencil, some scissors, any type of glue. I have a glue stick and a glue gun. Today I'm going to be using my glue gun, but that's it. That's all you need to create this wreath today. So just scrounge around the house, find yourself old newspapers or an old novel like I have here. I've used this before for a couple of other projects. And I'm making these little curly cues, rolls, I don't even know what to call them, out of the paper to make the wreath. So I have two different sizes here. Here's my templates. I have a 3.5 and a 2-inch one. So it's 3.5 by 3.5 and 2-inch by 2-inch. So there's the 2-inch one and there's the 3.5-inch one. So all I did was I measured out on the cardboard, cut out my template, and then I just start pulling out the pages of my book. Now, I've used this book a couple of times in other projects, and I just love using recyclable materials for projects and turning them into something brand new. So all I really do is I am taking my little template and I'm going to trace out that 3.5 by 3.5-inch square on a piece of paper, as I'm doing right here. And I get 2 per page. Of course, you don't have to use 3.5 and 2 inches. You can use whatever size you want. I just kind of estimated the size and I went from there. So I'm going to grab a couple more pieces of paper, and that way I can get more than 1 or 2 pieces cut at the same time, because I am all about shortcuts. So there we go. I just grabbed my scissors or any cutting utensil and I just cut out my squares. Like I said, these are the larger ones. They're the 3.5 by 3.5. And I also keep all my extra papers just in case I want to do like a paper mache or anything like that. So I tried to keep all that recycling paper so I can use it again and again and again until I can't use it anymore or until I used it all up. So again, I did the same method for the 2-inch, and all I did was really I just cut it all out, got a whole bunch of pieces of paper together, and I just start my cutting. And there we go. So I have some piles now, and I'm ready to make my little swirls, curls, I don't even rolls. I guess I would call them rolls. And all I'm doing is I'm putting some glue in one of the little corners, and I'm rolling it up, holding it with my finger. How easy and simple is that? Gotta love the simple crafts. So it's just the adjacent corner that I'm putting together, and I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of these guys to make up my wreath. I believe I made like 50 or 60 of the bigger ones and maybe about 20 of the smaller ones. I didn't use them all. I still had some left over. Unfortunately, I didn't count how many I used. Sorry, I just kind of guessed how many I would have needed, and the rest of them I just if I didn't use them, I just kept them to the side and used it for filler, or I'm just going to keep it in my recycling box or my craft box and use for other projects. Really, that's what it comes down to. So there we go. I have my little piles here. Of course, off to the side, I had a lot more piles. You can kind of see them rolling around on the top there. And to make my base, all I'm taking is this old wreath form that I have. I'm going to draw a circle. And again, I just kind of estimated what size I'm going to need. I just trace out the outline with my pencil, grab those scissors, and then I'm just going to cut it out. So here I'm kind of testing it out. I'm taking the larger curly cues and kind of, is this going to be big enough? Do I have to make it smaller? And I decide, you know what, that's a great size. I'm going to roll with this. So here we go. I'm going to grab those scissors and I am going to cut out that circle. And then once I do that, I'm going to start putting together my wreath. So again, these are all items. You can just scrounge around the house. You can get a cracker box. I used a cereal box, or those microwave dinner boxes, anything you have, or an Amazon package box. Grab a newspaper, even like printed paper that you're not using anymore. You can grab that and do the exact same thing. So here I am, I'm gathering up all my supplies, getting ready to start. And I decided I'm going to start putting them at the 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock marks. And then I'll fill it all in. So I'm just getting an idea of how I'm going to put this together, because I'm not just going to do one row, I'm going to do a couple of rows, and then I'm going to build on top of that. You'll see that in a moment. So there we go. I'm putting it at the 12, at the 3, the 6, and the 9 o'clock. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to, oh, there's my head. I didn't realize that was in there. So I'm just going to put more glue down in between the two spots that I made and just filling it in now. Again, like I said, I didn't really know how this was going to turn out. I didn't really know how I was going to do it. So as I'm doing this, I'm kind of thinking, okay, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? How am I going to do this? And really, I just kind of dove right in and figured, hey, why not, right? And now I'm just going to fill in those sections as well. I was trying to figure out if I should put it in the same way, turn it upside down. And then I just decided, you know what? I'm going to keep it all the same way and just fill up those empty spaces. As I was doing this, I was really nervous. I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to turn out or not. And I stopped. You can kind of see me moving slowly. And I stopped every now and then going, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't know if I'm going to like this. So here is my second row. And all I'm doing is I'm putting the second row in between the first row. So it's kind of a filler. You can see them going in between the two curly cues. And I believe I did 3 rows of the 3.5 inch, and then I completed it with the smaller ones. So here I'm just filling it in, getting it nice and full, and then I'm going to start with my third row and put those in between the second row curly cues. Now, because I was experimenting, I didn't do this all in rows. I kind of did a half of it. But what I would do is, if I was to do this again, and I'm definitely going to do this again, I would do the row, the second row, and then the third row. So that's just my little piece of advice. And here I'm putting the little ones right in the center. Again, just kind of experimenting around with it, seeing what fits where, what goes where. And then I'm taking those little ones and I'm just placing them every now and then with no real plan, just kind of a, hey, let's try this out. And I'm just putting it and filling them in. And of course, here we go. After it's all said and done with, I filled in all my little empty spots. I am so thrilled how this turned out. And it's 100% recyclable materials that I used around the house. No shopping needed, no extra supplies, and I'm just so happy with how this turned out. And I hope you're happy with it too. And if you are, maybe give this video a thumbs up, hit that like button, and don't forget to leave me a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload every Thursday at 5 o'clock. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye for now.